Adjust our body posture, make it upright, set up the middle axis of the body. The base point of the body of the middle axis is between the anal and sex organ. So place our body weight onto this point and make our head at the top of the head pointing to the sky. And relax the whole body. Be aware of the breathing. It is belong to this body. Let go the role of master of this body. Watch the body breathing itself. And gradually relax the sense of being master. Breathe in and out. You are no longer controlling the breathing. Set our breathing free. Let it be natural. No matter how the body wants to breathe, just let it be. Long breath, knowing that it is a long breath. Short breath, knowing that it is a short breath. Just like knowing from a distance. And let the body gradually settle down on this position as a knower. And when the body posture is stable, then we can move our attention to the brain. Feel the area of the brain and relax the brain. The breathing is the rhythm of our meditation. Let's relax the brain when we are breathing out. Relax the brain when we are breathing in. Relax the whole area of the brain, connecting to the eyes. Just like a piece of ice melting under the sun. And our role is just a knower. We just know the process going. The melting is belong to the nature. It's not under our control. But we just keep on knowing this without disturbance, without any, without disturbing the process. Keep our mind still, keep our hands still, and wait for the ice to melt. Our awareness is just like sunshine, and we just shed the light on the brain with the intention to relax, with advice, kind advice to the brain to relax. The breathing is the frame of reference for the mind to stay present. Just leave the breathing as the background. Uh, and when the breathing is continuing, when we know that the breathing is continuing, our mind is at the present moment. So just this amount of awareness is enough to maintain our mindfulness. The continuity of knowing is more important than the intensity. And if we can maintain the knowing in a gentler way, then it'll be easier for us to maintain. Make it more gentle, more humble, more soft. And just embrace all the phenomena in your knowing. The phenomena will not hurt your mind. Things being known can never reach the knowing. They are the objects. So just accept, embrace everything at the present moment. And when the brain is quite relaxed, then we can move on to look for the source of emotions. And it is the heart chakra, the center of emotional energies. Let it be open to the nature. The nature is boundless, is harmonious. Just open your heart to welcome the nature and release all your stress. The nature accepts all the negative energies of you. Just release it, open it completely. Empty your chest, empty your heart. And after it is completely open and released, then we can try to cultivate the harmonious energy in the heart chakra. To feel the cultivate the feeling of peace and harmony in this area. Breathe in, brings the feeling of peace and harmony to the heart. Breathe out, cultivate the feeling in the heart. Let the heart breathe in the boundless harmony. This is to recharge our emotional energy. Sometimes we are not in the good mood because we don't have enough emotional energy, positive energy. And sometimes we don't have good mood because the emotional energy is not in balance. And when it is in balance and energetic, then we will feel happiness. The feeling of happiness is as simple as this. It is conditional. It is just the phenomenon of energy. Pay your attention at the heart chakra and breathe in, in harmony. Now the breathing is the background, and the feeling of harmony uh, is the meditation object. Just relax into this feeling. Uh, not trying to imagine this feeling forcefully, but relax into it. Feels into this feeling. Enjoy this feeling. This is a very good way uh, to recharge our emotional energy and maintain our emotional health. Our bad moods is exhausting our emotional energy, and when it is exhausted, uh, we can we can't have any sense of happiness, no piti, rapture. So keep our mind, keep our heart well charged. Then you'll find that we'll perform well in all aspects of our life. When our heart is open and full of energy, uh, then the life is happy. We don't need to think about the meaning of the life. But when we don't have suffering, uh, it the life itself is meaningful. Intellectual thinking can never give you the sense of happiness because this is not the right condition. Happiness feeling is a feeling. It's not a thinking. No matter how much you understand intellectually, but you can't have such feeling of happiness. Cultivate such balanced uh, mood, uh, feeling of peace and harmony in the heart chakra area. Uh, if you are sleepy, you can go back to relax the brain and recharge the brain uh, with the visualization of light. These are two different energy centers and they have different functions. If we don't have any enough mental energy, uh, we can't just uh, we can't just make anything happen. So at least we need to overcome to balance our mental state, and then we can go forth to look for a source, the emotional source. Our heart is closer to the mind than the brain. Uh, our feelings are closer to the mind than the thinking. So after we settle down our brain, then we can settle down the heart. After we settle down the heart, then we can settle down the mind. We can face directly to the mind. In our meditation, you need to be your own doctor. Uh, Diagnose yourself. What's the problem of you now? The five hindrances are the sickness of meditation, of the mind, of our mind. And we need to have different kind of medicines for different situations. If you are sleepy, just pay more attention in your brain area. Relax it and visualize light in this area. Do it with ease, with content. Relaxation is the antidote against agitation, and visualization of light is an antidote to sleepiness. Sleepiness is because of lack of energy in the brain. The mental energy will be perceived in the in the form of light. So we visualize the light in this area. It recharges in the mental energy. And we cultivate the feeling of harmony in the heart chakra. This is recharging the emotional energy. And we need both. We need to have this 5 khandhas balanced. Then we can go beyond the 5 hindrances. We need to be mindful on our own situations. Because every time when we do the meditation, we may face different situations. Don't be bound to the rigid stages, but apply it as a doctor. Apply them as kind of medicine to different sickness. You can check the area of your brain and the heart. Are they imbalanced? And are they energetic? There are only 2 kinds of problems. One is imbalance, and the other is not enough energy. If you can adjust yourself like this, then you will build up your skills in dealing with the 5 hindrances. And meditation becomes easier for you. If the brain is still agitated, start from the eyes. Relax the eyes and extend into the brain. And gradually fuse into the light. Breathe in the light, breathe out the light. Bring the light into every cells inside the brain. Penetrate into different corners. And sometimes the problem of agitation has a root in our emotion, because our emotional state is imbalanced. So in that case, it's very difficult to relax the brain. You'll find that thoughts coming up again and again and again, because there are unsettled emotional problem. If that is the case for you, then pay attention to the heart chakra area. Release all the stress, the emotional drives, liking or disliking. Just let go everything. If the source of fire is here, then you can never put on the fire in other places. The agitation in the brain is just the flame of the fire. But the source, the firewood, is burning in the heart. When we cool down the flame, to a certain level, and then we look for the source. So remember the principle to balance is to relax and to accumulate energy. If you understand this skill, then peacefulness is easy for you. And when the five hindrances are decreasing, getting less and less powerful, then we can separate the knower from the objects. You can ask yourself, who is knowing to all these? Identify the camera behind the film. And when we identify the presence of mind, the knower, then we will not be deluded to the, into the movie. So we just stay as a watcher to this movie without interrupting. Just simply know. Then this body and mind will be further pacified. The peacefulness will be more refined. And it is effortless. Just simply let the mind, the knower, not doing. And peacefulness is natural. Identify the mind and relax the mind. Keep the mind on doing. And wait for the time to pass. If we can keep our mind on doing, we don't even need to be interested in the feeling of peacefulness. They are just a movie. The true peace is the peace of the mind, not the peace of feeling as a feeling. the feeling can never be stable. And the stability that we need to build is in the mind. It's a stability of the knower. In front of us is the breathing. We pay attention to the mind. We relax the mind in breathing. Relax the mind in the movie. Not to relax the movie, but relax the mind when we are facing to the movie. Whatever it happens, just let it happen. But just keep our mind still. Keep the mind non-doing. No matter how it feels, pleasant or unpleasant, just keep the mind relaxed. Everything is changing every moment. The movie is changing every moment. And the knowing is also changing every moment. Sometimes it knows clearer, sometimes it's not. So both the watcher of the movie and the movie itself are subject to changing every moment. If we know with such understanding, then it will make our mind even more refined, even more non-doing and stable. Because we don't need to resist anything. We don't even need to defend the stillness of mind. No matter what it is, everything is impermanent. Every time when we open our eyes, look at the reality, the truth of impermanence, suffering, and non-self, then our understanding to the truth is increasing. Don't let our mind disconnected from the truth. So bring our mind to face the truth as much as possible. Then the wisdom will grow in the mind. And happiness and ease will grow in the mind. Just keep the mind connected to the truth of impermanent suffering and non-self. It is, it is said that among all the tastes in the world, the taste of Dhamma, the taste of truth, is the most supreme. If we really taste the taste of Dhamma, then we'll grow dispassion towards sensual pleasures. We grow dispassion to the pressure of ego, pressure of being praised. Because the taste of Dhamma, the taste of the release of mind is the highest. And nothing is comparable to this. When the mind let go, this is the highest taste. So what are you looking for other than this? The best is always inside us. The non-doing mind is the happiest mind because it is the mind without any suffering. Even it is just temporary, but we feel such release of mind from the greed, aversion, and delusion. This is the taste of Dhamma. All the practices in Buddhism is serving for this purpose, to let go the defilement, let go the greed, aversion, and delusion. Once the mind let go this, then happiness is natural. The deeper we understand the three characteristics of Dhamma, then the more relaxed the mind will be. The mind will be more non-doing. And it's effortless. It's natural. All doings comes from the ego. Before we try to do something, the delusion of ego happens. We are deluded before we can do anything. There's a doer before the doing. When the mind has no ego, then there's no doing, no intention to do, no intention to fabricate. If you are skillful enough, then you can simply start from the Dhammanupassana. Use the Dhamma, the Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta, as your meditation object from the very beginning. The mind will be still in the same way. Relaxation of the body and mind happens in the same way. Just keep our defilement non-doing. Then the 5 khandhas will be working on their own. The mind is knowing, the body is breathing. They are working themselves. We don't need to take part into this process. Simply keep our greed, aversion, and delusion still. Then everything will be peaceful. Okay, time's up for today. Koreans, do you understand? Number 7, translator.
Yes. 본문하신 거 이해되셨냐고 물어보셨거든요. I don't know about the number 1 actually.
Yeah. Okay. Number 4. How's the meditation today?
약간 약간 졸았고 뒷부분은 잘 따라갔어요.
She was sleepy at first part, but later she could follow well.
Yeah, I saw that.
그렇게 보셨답니다. 네.
Because people are joining one by one, so they join different points, and so that's why today I need to jump back to the earlier stages sometimes.
중간중간에 들어오셔가지고 네, 점백 처음 단계로 다시 돌아가셨다고 합니다. 네.
So the important point is to be your own doctor, be your own spiritual teacher. We need to diagnose our own situation and choose the right medicine for it.
네. 그래서 중요한 거는 자기 스스로 자신의 의사가 돼야 되고 영적 선생님이 되어서 진단을 해야 된다고 합니다.
All of you here are old students already. So you know all the theories already, and need to apply it more.
네, 이미 많은 이론을 알고 계시니까 저희가 계속 했던 것들처럼요. 그래서 그거를 계속 적용하는 게 필요합니다.
And we also need to think about the value of practice, the value of peace of mind. So is it the highest priority in your life? If it is not, then why?
The highest priority is the meditation.
Yeah, the highest priority, the first priority of life, the peace of mind.
peace of mind. 예. 네. 네. 그래서 수행의 가치와 마음의 가치를 중요하게 둬야 되고요. 그래서 첫 번째 가장 중요한 우선순위는 마음의 평화가 돼야 되는데 왜 그렇지 않습니까?
Sila, Samadhi, Panya, precept, Samadhi, and wisdom are 3 stages of practice, and every stage will make our mind peaceful.
네, 개정해는 개정의 이 3가지 모두 다는 우리 마음의 평화를 위한 것입니다.
If we have a lot of 5 hindrances, then we need to pay more attention to our precepts, our way of life. Are we creating a lot of food for these 5 hindrances?
네, 그래서 많은 장애들이 있을 때 개를 지켜야 되고 사는 방식에 대해서 생각을 해야 되는데 우리는 이렇게 장애를 만드는 많은 음식들을 만들어내고 있습니다.
And the practice of precepts is to deal with the firewood, the fuel of the fire.
개를 수행하는 것은 화를 다루는 것입니다.
So keep our life in a way with the least unskillful thought, speech, and behavior.
네, 제가 다 정확하게 들은 것 같지는 않은데 그래서 생각과 말하는 것들을 되게 조심해야 된다고. 네, 제가 중간중간에 빠뜨리고 있어요. I'm sorry, I skipped some part. Sorry about that.
Keep our way of life, with the least amount of unskillful thought, speech, and behavior.
Well, what's the unskillful?
Unskillful, unwholesome, yes. Unwholesome.
네, 그래서 수행 방식을 unwholesome이 불적이죠.
Unwholesome.
썸이 겸손한?
아니죠,
유익하지 않은?
네. 그러니까 유익하지 않은 생각이나 이런 것들을 하지 않도록 해야 된다는 말씀이신 것 같아요. 네.
Then our mind will be peaceful to a certain level, even we don't know meditation.
네, 그렇게 되면은 우리가 명상을 모르더라도 마음이 어느 정도 안정된다고 합니다.
This is the merit of precepts.
네, 그것이 개의 그 이득입니다.
And meditation is subtler than this level, and it also make our mind peaceful in dealing with the 5 hindrances.
네, 명상은 5장애를 다루는 데에 도움이 되는 것입니다. 네.
Listen carefully.
네.
And the practice of wisdom is the highest refinement of mind. It makes the mind completely still without effort.
Completed. What was still. The last part?
Without effort.
Completely.
Still.
고요하게 만든다. 노력 없이 고요하게 만들 수 있다.
네. 지혜를 수행하는 것은 노력 없이 고요하게 만든다고 합니다. 네.
And such peace of mind does not come from meditation skill, but come from understanding.
네, 평화로운 마음은 수행으로 나오는 게 아니라
명상의 기술로 나오는 게 아니라 이해에서
네.
나온다고 얘기하죠.
네.
And when we understand the truth, then we don't need to resist. We don't need to defend anything. But the
네.
mind will be simply not interested in fabrication. Fabrication.
Yeah, I think probably
Fabrication means we are trying to create defilement, create all the unwholesome things.
선생님 혹시 들으셨으면
까먹었어요. Sorry.
You are disconnected.
no, actually, it's because of my energy. I'm pretty low energy, so it's very
Yeah,
difficult to follow. Sorry
yeah.
about that.
That's why I said disconnected.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, do it slowly. Do it with ease. And so the three steps of practice, precepts, samadhi, and wisdom, are all leading to the peace of mind.
네. 세 단계 개정에는 모두 다 마음의 평화로 이어집니다.
But the highest happiness is the peace of mind. Nati Sandi Paramansukkhang. Nothing is comparable. No happiness is comparable to the peace of mind. Just the last sentence.
Yes, yes, 예. 그래서 가장 높은 수준의 행복은 마음의 평화입니다.
And Nibbana is the highest peace of mind.
네, 열반은 가장 높은 수준의 행복입니다.
Because greed, aversion, and delusion is completely put off.
네, 그 탐진치가 없어진 단계이기 때문입니다.
This is the highest refinement of mind through wisdom.
이것이 지혜를 통해서 가장 높은 수준의 뭐죠?
Refinement.
refinement. 정화?
네. 네. 높은 수준의 정화로 갑니다. 네.
And in our daily life, we need to practice all these three.
네, 그래서 그 일상생활에서 우리는 이 개정회를 다 수행해야만 합니다.
And they are helping each other.
They are what?
Helping each other.
서로를 도와주는 관계.
네. 서로를 도와줍니다.
And when our mind becomes more and more peaceful, and the happiness is natural. We don't need to look for happiness. We don't even have the intention to look for more peace and more happiness than this.
네. 그래서 마음의 평화를 이루면 행복을 찾을 필요가 없을 만큼, 그러니까 행복은 자연스러운 것이 됩니다.
So that's why it is said that no happiness is comparable to the peace of mind.
네. 그래서 그 얘기를 드렸던 게 어떤 행복도 마음의 평화와 비교할 수 없다라고 얘기할 수 있습니다.
The real peace of mind is a non-doing mind. Is the absence of greed, aversion, and delusion.
네. 마음의 평화는 아무것도 하고 싶지 않은, 그래서 탐진치가 없는 마음입니다.
So think about this. Is it the first priority in our life now? She's connected.
가장 우선적인 것입니다라고 얘기할 것 같아요. 네.
네. Something, distract me just before. Sorry about that. Yes.
And when we, if we can keep such reflection in our life, this will make our goal more obvious, clearer.
네. 그래서 이런 수준으로 저희가 유지할 수 있다면 우리의 목표는 더 명확해집니다.
And the mind will naturally be more willing to let go the unwholesome behaviors.
네, 그래서 마음은 더 자연스럽게 내려놓을 수 있게 되고 그래서 유익한 상태가 됩니다.
You will feel bored in those unwholesome behaviors.
네.
Bored.
Yeah,
The mind will feel bored towards those unwholesome behaviors.
마음이 지루함을 느끼게 될 거라고 하신 건데
마음이 지루해지면은 유익한 행동이 안 된다는 얘기인가요?
아닌데요. 그거 아닌데요. You know, I know the old words, but I couldn't understand the sentence.
Yeah, because your brain is tired. So when the mind has wisdom, then it will feel bored to all those unwholesome behavior.
마음이 지혜가 있으면 그 유익하지 않은 행동에 대해서 거리를 두게 된다? 지루함을 느끼게 된다? 네, 그런
Then when we have wisdom like this, then precept and samadhi will be easy for us.
그래서 이런 지혜가 있으면은 개정해를 지키는 것이 쉬워집니다.
And naturally we will like practice more.
네. 그리고 자연스럽게 우리는 좀 더 명상을 하고 싶어집니다.
So the reflection is also important practice for us.
Reflection?
Reflection, thinking in a good way. Thinking like this.
네, 그러니까 이렇게 생각하는 걸 더 잘할 수 있게 된다라고 얘기하셨던 것 같아요. 네. Yeah, my brain is too tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I never skipped meditation. Correct. Yes.
So when the brain is tired, we need to recharge the mental energy. Otherwise, everything cannot function. Even we have wisdom, the wisdom cannot function.
Yes. 예, 그래서 내가 피곤하면은 사실 제대로 작동을 하지 못하고 그리고 심지어 지혜가 잘 돌아가는 것도 힘듭니다.
And remember what I said today, the way to balance this body and mind. One is to relax and one is to recharge.
네. 그래서 오늘 얘기해 주신 그 균형에 대해서 얘기를 해 주셨는데 몸과 마음의 균형에 대해서 말씀해 주셨는데 하나가 그래서 이완하는 거고 두 번째가 충전하는 것이었습니다.
And relax before recharge.
네. 그래서 먼저 충전하기 전에 이완을 먼저 해야 됩니다.
For example, if our brain is tired, relax the brain first and then recharge it.
네. 그래서 예를 들어서 내가 피곤하면 뇌를 충전하기 전에 먼저 이완을 해야 됩니다.
And the energy, the mental energy, the perception to the mental energy will be light.
네, 그래서 멘탈 에너지를 인식하는 방식이 아까 중간에 말씀하셨던 빛이었습니다.
It's light. And in the same way, when sometimes our emotional energy is exhausted, then we need to do the same thing. We need to relax it and then recharge it.
네. 그리고 같은 방식으로 정서적 에너지가 부족할 때도 있는데요. 그럴 때도 마찬가지로 이완을 먼저 하고 그 다음에 충전을 합니다.
If our emotional energy is exhausted, then everything will be negative.
정서적 에너지가 부족하게 되면 모든 것을 부정적으로 받아들입니다.
Because we have bad mood, then everything will be an enemy.
네, 그래서 나쁜 기분이 들면 모든 것들이 적으로 느껴지게 됩니다.
And in this way, we also we need to relax the emotion first, the heart, and then we charge.
네, 그래서 이런 방식으로 처음에 정서적인 부분을 이완시키고 그리고 다시 충전을 하게 됩니다.
Relax is to open your chest like a lotus and release all the stress, all the uh, uh, bad energies in the heart.
네. 네, 그래서 그 이완을 하기 위해서는 가슴을 열고 그런 나쁜 에너지들을 없애도록 해야 됩니다. 네.
And then we feel it with good energy.
네. 그리고 좋은 에너지로 채웁니다.
So in our meditation, the good emotional energy is the feeling of peace and harmony.
네. 그래서 좋은 sorry, I couldn't follow the
좋은 에너지, 이렇게 채워야 할 좋은 에너지는 평화와 조화라고 얘기합니다.
Feeling is the energy of the heart chakra.
느낌은
네.
심장 차크라의 에너지입니다.
So cultivate a good feeling will keep our mind recharged, keep our heart recharged.
네. 그래서 좋은 느낌을 계속 만들어내는 것은 마음이죠. 마음을 충전하는 것입니다. 네.
So if we can do this, then our mind will be peaceful and happy. This is the merit of samadhi.
네, 그래서 우리가 이렇게 할 수 있다면 우리의 마음은 행복해질 것이고 이것이 사마티의 혜택입니다.
The feeling of happiness comes from this.
네, 행복한 느낌은 여기서부터 시작됩니다.
But this is still happiness as kind of feeling. But the real happiness is in the mind.
네, 그렇지만 여전히 이것은 행복한 느낌인 거고요. 정말 진정한 행복은 마음으로부터 나옵니다.
It is the peace of mind.
네, 이것이 평화의 마음입니다.
It's a mind absence from greed, aversion, and delusion.
네, 이 마음이 탐진치가 없는 마음입니다.
So there are different stages of happiness.
네, 이거는 다른 단계의 행복인 거죠.
Everyone want to be happy, right?
네, 모든 사람들은 행복하기를 원합니다.
So try look for higher happiness.
네, 그래서 더 높은 수준의 행복을 찾기 위해서 시도해 보십시오.
See, when the mind is happy, when the heart is happy, then our brain functions.
네, 그래서 마음이 행복해지면은 뇌가 잘 작동하게 됩니다.
Can you feel it now?
Yes, actually, yes, yes, I'm getting better.
Yeah, that's it. They are related. The heart is closer to the mind than the brain.
네, 그래서 심장은 마음과 더 가깝고 그리고 뇌와도 연결된다고 합니다. 요 내용은 아까 제가 계속 내가 피곤하다고 말씀을 드렸더니 실제로 지금 하면서 이 통역하면서 괜찮아지고 있냐고 여쭤보셨어요. 그래가지고 괜찮다고 더 나아지고 있다고 하니까 사실은 그렇게 느끼는 게 마음이 뇌와 가깝기 때문이다라고 하십니다.
Okay. So anyone have any question?
네, 질문 있으신 분 하시면 좋겠습니다.
Today, many of you are tired.
오늘 여러분들이 피곤하셔서 그런 것 같습니다.
But when we need meditation on the tired day.
네, 우리는 피곤한 날에도 명상이 필요합니다.
Don't give up meditation because of tiredness.
네, 그래서 피곤하다고 명상을 포기하지 마십시오.
Because only the deep meditation will recharge the mind.
네, 그래서 왜냐하면 그 깊은 명상만이 마음을 재충전할 수 있기 때문입니다.
A sense of pleasure will not recharge the mind.
Sense of pleasure.
Sense
감각적
of pleasure.
쾌락이 마음을 충전시킬 수 없습니다. 감각적 쾌락은.
네.
It simply makes the mind excited, but finally you'll be more exhausted.
네. 그래서 감각적 쾌락이 마음을 더 흥분시키긴 하지만 결과적으로는 더 피곤하게 만듭니다.
Just like spicy food.
네. 그거 네, 양념이 강한 음식들이 그런 것과 마찬가지입니다.
Kimchi.
예? No, I don't agree입니다.
Okay.
네. 그 예시로 김치라고 말씀하셨는데 제가 동의 못한다고 말씀드렸어요.
Korean noodle.
네, 한국 누들. Yeah, but we have a lot, different kind of noodle. So we don't have, we have a, not spicy noodle as well.
Okay. Any question?
네, 질문 혹시 다른 질문 있으신 분 해주세요.
No. Then we have a half holiday. Yeah. Okay. If you have no question, then we end here.
네, 혹시 질문이 따로 없으시면 여기서 그 정리하시겠다고 하시는데 괜찮으실까요?
Next week we will have the sutra reading again.
네, 다음 주에는 수트라 리딩 다시 하겠습니다. 경전 읽기 하겠습니다.
Okay. See you.
네, thank you.
나가셨어요.
벌써 나가셨네. 네.